Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and as you can tell by the thumbnail, this is my week of the 26th, November 26th, Happy Planner social media and business planning in my Big Happy Planner. So I just wanted to do a quick flip through of my November so far. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with my monthly overview, but you know, whatever. And this is the last week of October, first week of November, and then the week of Monday, November the 5th, the week of November, Monday the 12th. This was last week, Monday the 19th. And then this is this week, Monday the 26th through Sunday the 2nd, I believe. Now, what you might have noticed is I have been doing a passport layout, but this isn't the Mom Life or the extension version of the Mom Life. This is a vertical planner that I have converted to a dashboard layout. And although it is a bit of work, I find that it's a little bit more functional for what I need it for than this layout or even the horizontal layout. Now, because it is a bit of work, I might just go back to this, but I'm finding it useful for what I need for right now. Now, this isn't my original idea. Tarchelle B, and I'll link her channel below, she came up with a version of turning her vertical into a dashboard layout, and it's really colorful and it's really good, and I would definitely recommend watching her video. Mine is more minimal in that the stickers that I'm using are more decorative because the way that she did her chunks of spaces in big stickers to denote the dashboard layout. I'm just doing a little bit of whiteout, to kind of mask the fact that there's a line going down there, and you can still see it, but it's definitely less noticeable than using just a regular, thicker whiteout. So that's the layout that I'm doing. So for this, I have all of my weekly view on one page, and then I track my social media, my YouTube, and my Etsy shops on this page, and I kind of like that. And I also am a huge fan of decorating, but I love seeing things written in. I love that. You'll see, hopefully on a week-to-week basis, that it's more of a bullet journal style versus planning, maybe a traditional planning style, because of what I need this to be used for. In my mini Happy Planner, although to be perfectly honest, I prefer the bullet journaling method. It works better for me, but I also hate drawing out the months and the weeks, and so I've configured this so that it works for the needs that I need for the way that I think. Now, another YouTuber that I watch, and she just recently came out with a second video, is calling this a sort of happy BUJO kind of method, because she is using her Happy Planner, but in a BUJO bullet journal, that's what that stands for, kind of style. So if you were to read this, I'm not planning, okay, today I have to do this, and today I have to do this, and today I have to do this. I'm creating lists of things that I either have done or I need to do, and then I'll check them off. And it gives me a landing space of, on the rare occasion where, like for this week, for instance, I had a giveaway going on, and the giveaway ended here. So it gives me a landing place so that I know, okay, based on this, then some other things need to happen. So her name is The Modest Cat, and I'll link her channel below. Her first video on her Happy BUJO I thought was really useful, and I've sort of taken a riff off of that. And then with Tarchelle B's riff on turning a vertical into a dashboard layout, I cannot tell you that I found planner peace because I'm still figuring things out. But I have found a way where I can use the materials that I have to function in the style that I prefer without having to create an entire bullet journal from scratch, because I've tried it, and I don't want to say that I don't have the time. We all have 24 hours. We all have the time. It's just I don't know if I want to use the time that I have to do things that I don't actually enjoy. Because I don't mind the little whiteouts and the covering the date headers at the top, because you know it's just some mindless things you can do while you're watching TV. Like for instance, earlier this weekend, I did the whiteout because it does take a little bit of time to dry, and I've done some of my social media and my shop stickers just because I had them already. Once I run out of the ones that I pre-printed, I may not print them again, although I do have a label maker, so I don't know, maybe I'll just change up the font, who knows. But for the planning purposes, it actually is going to be a little different than what it's been in the past. Now the past month, and let me just take these out, has been super busy for me as I've been gearing up for this Black Friday, Cyber Saturday, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday weekend. And because I have the 2 Etsy shops, I actually took today off. Today's Monday the 26th, so that I could just finish any orders that I got. And I am happy to report, yeah, I didn't get any sales at all in either one of my shops. So on one hand, it was quite disappointing. It was also very eye-opening. But on the other hand, I am not daunted. So I believe that I have a good product out there, or good products, because again, I do have the 2 different shops, and I will work on better pictures. I will work on updating, or maybe working on my listings, because maybe my tags aren't good. I'm really trying to avoid paid advertising, but that might need to be a thing. I don't know. My shops are not making me money. I am sinking way more money into my shops than I am recouping. And at this point, it's still okay. But there will come a time where that will not be okay. Because I am trying to, or I do plan to be way more conscious of where my money's going and how I'm utilizing it. So if dumping money in shops that are just not giving me any returns is not fiscally sound, then I might just have to stop them. Now, I have made sales this year. I only opened my shop about a year ago this time, and I am absolutely grateful for the customers that I have had. It is always a huge both surprise and happy bonus when you get that little cha-ching notification on your phone. If you don't do Etsy or even eBay, I've done a few things there. It's like, oh my goodness, I sold something. I don't even know these people, and they took a chance. I mean, I know it sounds weird, but you go to a store and you can pick something up, and you can touch it, and you can make the snap decision then. With Etsy, you can do that. You can certainly do snap decisions, but it's also very easy to just put things in your cart and think about them. And if you can't touch them, if you can't hold them, if you can't look at them, for the quality of what you're spending your hard-earned money on, it's a little different. And the items that I make, I've got a crochet-based shop, and I've got a paper-based shop. I make traveler's notebooks and other paper crafts in one of them. You can't touch it. With a crochet hat, you can't try it on. You can't hold it in your hands and envision what a family member or friend would look like in it. So, I mean, I get it. It is sort of a leap of faith when you're purchasing a handmade item from someone. So I am so very appreciative of those who have. But again, just from a financial standpoint, because I am putting my own money into this, there will come a time where that just, is it sound to dump money in something that is not giving you a return other than personal satisfaction that people like your product? I don't know. And I am part of some Facebook groups of people who have Etsy shops. And for some, it was just a phenomenal weekend and they just made sale after sale. And for some like me, it was a very restful weekend. And I'm actually, don't get me wrong, I would have loved to have made some sales. I was fully prepared for it. That's why I took the day off to just get anything shipped out to my customers. But I also have not been able to make anything in the last month and a half. It's all been about listing items, taking pictures of items, and this weekend I was actually able to make some things. So, I don't see my time as completely wasted, because I am utilizing my talents, and I think I am talented in some things, and using my creativity and creating items that I think are both pretty and functional. I love that aspect of what I do. But again, there comes a point where you just have to say, okay, maybe you need to come up with plan B. I do work full time, so this isn't my only source of income, which, clearly is a good thing. But again, it has opened my eyes, and maybe, I'm expecting too much. Maybe I need to manage my expectations of how far I should be in this. So, I don't know. We'll see. And I'm thinking I'm in frame, but, as I've mentioned countless times before, I don't know if I am or not until I do the editing. And I'm actually going to speed this section up because I'm just going to be doing some lettering of the days and then working on this side, and then I'll actually get to the decorating. Okay guys, I'm hoping you can see this. So this is my spread for this week. I am not a very good drawer, as you could tell. And it may seem a bit weird because I'm not gonna lie, I've sneered at the whole mood tracking, habit tracking kind of thing, especially when you do it in a more artistic way, because I guess tracking habits can also include making lists, which I do. But lately, especially this last week, and more so because I do happy planning, or I have a planner that I am in every single day, I've realized a few things about myself regarding my finances, regarding my moods, and even though this is my business and my social media tracker, because it all involves me, it's all intertwined, so I can't separate my moods from my business and my social media, because it can be an underlying factor on what I'm posting or what I'm not posting, or what's driving me. And so I'd like a place here, or at least this is the first week I've tried it, I'll see how it goes, where I can see how I feel on a weekly basis, and then, you know, hopefully flip back to it and see if there's any patterns. Because I thought, well, I can do this on a monthly basis, and I might use my monthly overview to do that, but I'm in this particular spread every single week. I'm not so much in my monthly, and if it becomes too much to do, I may not do it. So I sort of try to create a happy planner page with this, and the reason I didn't do something smaller is because I can wake up feeling just kind of, you know, meh, not happy, not sad, but just, you know, ready for the day, and then have a really good day, and then a really bus ride home, and then a really kind of sad evening. So, I mean, I might just color in the entire page worth of one pen. I might have a kaleidoscope of colors. I don't know. But at least this will give me a landing place for it to go, for me to assess how I'm doing throughout the day. And then on my daily spread, because I work during the day and this is more focused towards my Etsy shops, I will do a little bit of journaling probably here at the top, to see how I'm doing, how I'm feeling about my shop, which will, you know, expand more on, you know, the coloring here. And then in the little boxes here, if I've started another hat or started another traveler's notebook, or if I'm working on some things, I'll put in here, or I'll flip it where I can put what I've done, and then use this as a little spot to journal how I'm doing. So this isn't a strictly business social media, it isn't personal. I mean, it's really the only planner that I have other than my mini, and because of the spacing, there's just not really room for it. I don't want to get another happy planner for just the personal stuff, at least not at this time, because again, I like having one place to go at the end of the night, and I do come here every night. It's one of the things I do before I go to bed, where I reflect on what I've done. I reflect how I'm feeling more and more these days, and I like going back, and I like seeing, I like journaling. So this gives me a landing spot to do that. So this is my spread for this week. To copy the Modest Cat, this is my Happy BUJO, and it is less of a BUJO style in that I am using the pages in the Happy Planner, and then I'm just making them work for me. But it is in a bullet journal style because I am going to be listing things as I go. And eventually I'd like to have weekly and monthly and quarterly goals for myself of things I'd like to have done in and for my shop. So for instance, I've started working on a scarf. I'd like to have that done by this week. By next week, I'd like to have the pictures taken, and as if you've seen any of my previous videos, the picture taking portion of this of anything in my shops is always my biggest stumbling block, because I don't like doing it. Because once I get the pictures, then the listings are okay. But it's just getting those pictures, I hate it. So I am an avoider from long time back, but I really need to be more consistent with posting listings, because that does up your chances of being seen. And I do need more inventory so that people have a variety of things to choose from when they are in my shops. So this is my weekly spread. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment down for me below. I do always read them, but I don't always get to answer right away. But I do try to answer, at least with a heart that I've seen it. And I try to comment or reply back, just because I do truly appreciate that there are so many people, you know, I mean, I'm a very small, tiny channel, but there are people who are interested in what I do and the videos that I put out, and that's just both amazing and humbling to me. So again, thank you for following on my journey. I do load videos every week on my various planners, so if you haven't seen any of them, check my link below to some of my other videos. And as always, aloha.